Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking on my video. We will be going over some of the main expenses that you as a home buyer will incur during the home buying process in Ontario. My name is Marina.selby and I'm your local real estate agent, and I work mostly in Toronto and the North GTA. And thank you so much for choosing my video to watch, as well as please don't forget to like it and maybe share it with someone who may benefit from watching it as well. And consider subscribing to my channel if you find my videos valuable. If you're buying a property, you may be looking to sell your current home as well. So in this case, I do have another video here that I'm gonna link it here for you to watch. It's full of great information for you to learn about all the expenses that you will incur if you're a seller in Ontario. Okay, so number one expense you will have as a buyer is obviously a home inspector, who will share with you everything you need to know about the current state of this particular property prior to committing to the purchase. The report that the home inspector will provide includes the information about the physical state of the property, as well as the mechanical systems, including the roof, the foundation, windows, doors, insulation, the condition of the electrical panel, heating systems, plumbing, and so on. This report will help you find any possible issues with the property, and you can either walk away from it or renegotiate the purchase price based on the findings. The cost for the home inspection will vary depending on the size of the property and the age, as well as the home inspector himself, and should be anywhere between $400 to $600. Next expense would be the appraiser costs that the lender would send to the new home to get an estimate of how much the property is worth prior to arranging the mortgage for the buyer. This needs to be done to ensure that in case the buyer defaults on payments, the value of the property is sufficient. Unfortunately, the costs for this falls on the buyer, unless in some cases I've seen where the mortgage broker would absorb those costs for you. The cost for the appraiser is anywhere between $700 to $800. Similar to what I have mentioned in my other video about the seller costs, the buyer may have to hire the surveyor to identify the property boundaries and any encroachments and maybe some other issues that the title insurance may not cover. Also, keep in mind that if you want to make some significant improvements to your new home, you would be required to apply for the permit from the municipality, which will require you to have the up-to-date survey in hand anyways. In the survey, you will be able to see all the encroachments and easements and other things that may prevent you from doing certain changes that you have in mind for this particular home. So reviewing the survey ahead of time, if you're planning to make some significant changes to the property, is an absolute must. Cost of the surveyor services will vary based on the property size, the accessibility, and other things, and should be anywhere around $25,000 to $4,000. And again, similar to the seller's costs, you need to hire a real estate lawyer to help you close the transaction. The lawyer's responsibilities when you are a buyer are different from the lawyer that represents the seller. The buyer's lawyer would have to do a title and non-title search, identify any encumbrances against the title that may affect the buyer's ability to close on time. The lawyer will verify the seller's ownership and make sure that everything is good to go and ready for the closing. The lawyer costs will depend on many things and how complicated the transaction is, but should be anywhere around $1,500 to $2,000 on average. One of the large expenses you will have as a buyer is the provincial land transfer tax that is based on a price paid for the property. If you're the first-time buyer, you may apply for the rebates. And another thing to keep in mind, that if you are purchasing a property in the city of Toronto, Toronto levies an additional land transfer tax that is equal to the value of the Ontario land transfer tax. So you're basically paying double. And of course, we need to talk about the commission if you use the real estate agent, which is most of the cases handled by the seller, but there are some instances where the buyer will be required to pay some commission to their real estate agent, and this is something that is usually discussed at the beginning of the search with your agent directly, as every agent handles things differently. Moving expenses will happen whether you decide to rent a truck and move all the furniture boxes yourself, or you will hire a team of professionals to help you with your move. Usually the costs will depend on the location and the amount of work required, but should be around $500 to $1,000 for the professional movers to come and move you on your moving day. And last but not least, keep in mind any additional charges that the utility companies may require you to pay for transferring the existing accounts or maybe opening the new ones, depending on the municipality. Leave a comment below and share with me your thoughts or what you have faced when you were moving to the new home, any issues you've experienced, or maybe there's certain things that I forgot to mention. Ask me any questions you have about this whole process, or reach out to me directly. My contact information is always under each video. Follow me on Instagram if you want to get to know me a little bit closer, and like and share this video, and subscribe to my channel if you find my videos valuable. It really helps my channel grow and reach more people like yourself who are looking for information like that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.